wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Tune in to Outside the Box from 4 to 5 p.m. for everything you need to know about the Lincoln Stars. Join head coach Rocky Russo and play-by-play voice Alex Byrne as they sit down with special player guests to tell the story of the Lincoln Stars and give you all the news and notes you need from around the USHL. That's Outside the Box with the Lincoln Stars on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney location. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Have you been looking for home technology upgrades but don't know where to turn? Online information can be contradicting and confusing. Lincoln's own experts at Dio Technologies can turn your living room into the place to watch your favorite sports. Whatever your vision is, Dio Tech is ready to make it a reality. From home theaters to outdoor entertainment spaces, they bring you along through the entire process to make sure you get exactly what you want. If you're ready to upgrade your entertainment space, visit Diotech online at diotech.net or give them a call at 402-793-5124.
Coming at you live from the heart of downtown Lincoln, this is Old School with Foreman and Orman. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman.
Here's Coy Detmer dropping straight back in the pocket. Rifles a pass. It was tipped. It's picked off by Foreman. He's at the 15, 10, 5. He'll score. Foreman got it, and it's touchdown Huskers.
Black shirts answer the call one more time.
And Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman is sponsored by Graham Tire Company of Lincoln. Your tire store next door with 4 Lincoln locations. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
That's right. Welcome in. It is Old School, second hour of it here on a beautiful Tuesday in the capital city. Pretty windy out there. Don't know if that's blowing in or blowing out for Husker baseball or Husker softball tonight. They got the Blue Jays. Both of them do for baseball and softball. We'll talk about that here this hour and plenty more. Would love it if you could be a part of the conversation. 402-464-5685, our starter Heyman Jewelers text line, open and available for you. I'm Austin, joined to my left here in person, your right if you're watching on any of our streams, by the boss man, DP. Happy baseball season, DP.
It is, in fact, the season. Some would say technically not until Tuesday.
I don't know who some are, but I disagree with them.
Well, anybody, people in Durham.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
My first Duke dig of the hour, and there will be more. There will be more. I am doing this
You
hour.
can't hurt me any more than that program already has.
I
so.
can and I shall. I am doing this hour under protest, under full official protest. Austin Orman has sullied, disrespectful, has absolutely, in an absolute abomination, chosen to wear a Jason Tatum shirt in my presence.
My
A
apologies.
Boston Celtics Jason Tatum shirt, mind you.
Well, he wasn't making money at Duke, so I have to take him
Friends
right. He
and
was making
family.
money.
Lies. Lies. That's how they got him to Duke, and he made money. Stop denying these people the truth. Give them the truth. That man went to that school and received cash in advance.
I can only speak about that which I know, and I do not know that he received cash.
I am testifying. I say it publicly. Jason Tatum, boo that man. Boo that man for his collegiate choices and his professional choices. He could leave Boston. He could leave. Just leave. Protest. I protest this hour in the honor of all good basketball people in America. You have chosen the two basketball villains of the National Basketball Association and the entire NCAA. Everybody hates them. Everybody hates them.
So 2 wrongs make it right is what I'm hearing.
No, 2 wrongs make 2 wrongs. I'm able to do the math. A wrong and a wrong is 2 wrongs. Shame on you.
Well, here I am.
Yeah,
so it is too late.
sir.
I've been told I should not do the show shirtless, so the
Sir.
Jason Tatum shirt
Sir.
will remain on.
I've got ticket shirts by the box full in the back. Feel free. You have permission. Go find a ticket shirt during the timeout and let's do better.
Might just
Our
happen.
listeners and our viewers, our streamers, they deserve better.
They can't
than the
even see
torture-
it.
Than the torture.
For all they know, this is a black ticket T-shirt.
They know. Austin, you
For all
can't
they know.
hide evil. They know. They know what you're wearing. They know what you're doing. You mock them. You mock them, sir. Our listeners and viewers deserve better than.
I only mock Eric because he mocks me.
Well, he deserves it.
Hey, there we go. Now we're in agreement. We can move on with the show. There we go. Eric, if you're listening, you heard it here. It came from the top down. So, yes, you deserve it. You will get it. You will take it, and you will. You can also take your car for good service to Graham Tire Company, celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires, they do all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. Brakes, oil changes, everything in between. Trust Graham Tire for service you can count on. Graham Tire getting you to the places that matter most. Again, 402-464-5685. Big Bang Hank, stop on by. We can hook you up with take a T-shirt.
Yep.
We ain't hard to find. You know how to get down here. So let us know when you're stopping by. We can certainly make that happen. DP, been a heck of a start to the spring. Not quite halfway through for Husker baseball and softball right now. Both teams in contention, in position to host a regional. You've been on the road with Husker wrestling and Husker basketball. I've been on the road with basketball. It's fun getting to go to these other cities, experience the host sites. Had great experiences in Houston and Oklahoma City. But man, wouldn't it be special if that area down there on Line Drive, Bowling Stadium, Haymarket Park, would be packed to the brim with Husker fans for both of those programs hosting a regional coming up here in about a month and change.
It's always funny to me that we went through this in basketball, right? Like, how dare you dream of Sweet 16? Like, we haven't even won a tournament game. How dare you, DP, get on the airwaves and scream and shriek and dream out loud about Sweet 16 in Nebraska basketball? The nerve, the gumption. You mitigated goal, sir. But I say this. Book it. Speak it into absolute existence. Book it. Imagine the glorious sea of red in different combinations, different, all ages, all social backgrounds, all coming together in Haymarket. 2 events, 1 space, Scarlet and Cream, maybe the best softball player in the country.
She was last year, and she got robbed of the award. But we all know who that lady is,
right? The freshman of the year in softball,
probably,
right?
Yeah,
right. We can have that discussion. And a baseball program that has done it the same way, under the same restrictions and boundaries, that Fred Hoiberg built a basketball team and program that could run to the Sweet 16. They didn't do it with they didn't just throw an ATM code at it. They didn't throw the Visa on the table and say, charge it, just bring in as much as you can. They were purposeful. They picked players that fit the system, players that fit the style of play, players that wanted to be Huskers. And then to do that, the same for Rhonda Rovell in the softball program. You went and got Jordy because you needed to. But when you went and got Jordy, you then opened the door. You showed the rest of the country, best softball players ever, that my goodness gracious, what a wonderful place Bowling Stadium is. Yeah. What a great fan base Husker Nation is.
Packed it out for a top 10 series against UCLA, which Nebraska took 2 out of 3. Was on the verge of sweeping.
And you're talking about one line drive with another 6 inches on it. We're having a different conversation sweeping the top 10 UCLA Bruins. So yes, start to dream about it and start to make plans, because all eyes turn towards that space, dual space, Haymarket Park, Bowling Stadium, all the things that have been done, and they're being done. I thought of this weekend watching both of them, that the thing that kept coming to mind in Austin, I had to be careful because I kept saying they're both doing it the Nebraska way. The Nebraska way. And then I had to go, pause. What is that?
What does that mean?
What is that exactly? So I wanted to ask you that there are common threads, common personality traits that both teams provide. They both play in a certain style of play. There's a certain energy. There's a certain directiveness about it. What is the Nebraska way that has somehow taken over? And you could say it just bled over from PBA. It bled over from Devaney to Bowling and Haymarket Park. What is the Nebraska way?
I think part of the Nebraska way, especially in these two sports, and a reason I think that these two teams continue to have the following that they do, is part of the Nebraska way is homegrown talent. Think about all the players on both teams that are from Nebraska that are playing key roles, and then the surrounding area, right? We've talked about the 500-mile radius almost ad nauseum in football. Can you own that space? Can you be the main program there that's going to pull from that local and regional talent? And by all accounts, both of these programs have been able to do that, right? You have program alums leading the way in Will Bolton, Rhonda Rovell. And I think that goes a long way in some cases, not in every case necessarily, but I do think there's something to be said for local talent, for being the destination program for people that are within driving distance of your campus and people that have been there, done that before. Obviously, Rhonda Rovell set her own records at Nebraska. Will Bolt was on the College World Series team, just had his career doubles record broken by his shortstop, Dylan Carey. So I think when you ask me the Nebraska way, DP, that's the first thing that comes to mind for me.
And I would ask the text line what that means, right? And why there's you get the fandom, right? Because it's Huskers, right? It's just Huskers, so people are going to support it, and then it's good, right? Then it's good. It's good baseball, it's good softball, entertaining.
Oh yeah.
But then there's the additional buy-in of the grittiness of both teams, the versatility, the depth of both teams. That they have role players that will come off the bench and do a thing so well that we know who they are. It's not a surprise when they come into the game and contribute. You have players who are doing things at an exceptional level, even compared to national talent, and then you have removed fear. You're proud of these two programs. You're proud of the way they play. You're proud of the results. Bravo.
Absolutely. And speaking of the results, it's been a string of positive results for both of these programs. Obviously, softball ends up taking 2 out of 3 from UCLA before they dropped that 6-5 decision on Saturday. It had been a long time since Husker softball had lost. Before that, their previous loss, I believe, was to Oklahoma State back in the final days of February. Think about that. They went dang near a month between losses. More, run rule victories than they had losses in that time frame by far. And that's the thing I think about softball, DP, that's really stood out to me over this run. It's one thing to win games. You tip your cap whenever you're able to get a win. But one of the ways I think you can tell a team is not just good, but next level good, like hosting a regional good, expecting to advance to the second weekend and setting yourself up for, the third weekend and beyond, is if you can dominate. And the Big Ten is a solid enough softball conference that, through more than a handful of, just a handful of conference weekends right now, Nebraska's kind of toying with it. To host UCLA, take advantage of a home series, come out and take 2 out of 3 there. To beat, an in-state power in Omaha, the way Nebraska's handled them a couple times this year. Again, not like it's going to get much easier. It is the Big Ten after all. But I think this UCLA series was the one that a lot of people had circled. Nebraska handled business there, and they've pretty much dominated everyone else in their path.
Well, you knocked off 2 number 1 seeds. So when you stare at the top 5, you look around and you're in the room and you belong.
Yeah.
Like you belong in the room and you don't have fear of being in the room.
Mm-mm.
Like, wait a minute. You're here. You're really good. But I beat you already. And look at you. You belong here. Beat you too. And I'm looking around going, I belong here. I belong here. So then the 2 things happen. 1, you get the acknowledgement, but 2, you get the challenge and the responsibility that now I have to play like.
Yeah.
And they've done that.
It's a privilege.
Right? Pressure's a privilege. Getting those things in play, but then also recognizing that in the Big Ten, you looked at the best, so far, the best opponent in the Big Ten, and you beat 2 number 1s on a one-off. You took the series against UCLA. You took the series against the best team you've played a series against.
And for those that are going to want to wave it away, it was at home. You had your advantage. You made them travel and whatnot. Well, guess what? That's the point of being good enough to host a regional. And then a super regional after that is you make someone else come to your house. So you can't just wave it away. Would it be the same out in UCLA? Who knows? Nebraska proved they were better. They have, a big feather in their cap now in case these 2 teams end up getting compared for regional hosts and seeding down the line. That to me, DP, is part of the beauty when it comes to the regional system in baseball and softball, is that you have to factor actual legitimate home field advantage into the equation.
Well, I mean, that's why you want it. And here's the thing. Nobody said this a year ago and 2 years ago when Nebraska went on the road and took those L's.
Right.
Like, oh my goodness, you beat us out there. That should negate it. No, don't do that.
Nope.
Don't do that. They stared at 2 out of 3 games. As a matter of fact, you threw your freshman twice.
Yeah.
Out of 3 games. Right. And got wins both games, by the way. Right. And then, by the way, she added something at the plate.
With the bat.
Right.
And that something is probably still ringing through people's ears.
Yeah. Like it was a bomb. Right. But to go through it and to make that statement that you're better offensively, you're better defensively, you're more complete, you're more diverse in how you play the game, and you weren't too small for the big moment.
Right.
Like you looked, this was done. And I'm going to say this. The win, the first night win against UCLA was spectacular. The comeback and the loss leads to the win on
Sunday.
Listen to me. I've been in those games where you lose a game, but the way you lose it opens some things that, oh my goodness, they've got a problem. That you're down 3, hit 2 bombs back to back to start the bottom of the 7th, load the bases, and then hit 2 bullets. You hit them right at people. So, okay, like I understand, but there's the exhale. You made them exhale when it should have been a cakewalk, and that's a statement. That's who that team and these programs are.
Then on the baseball side of things, they take 3 out of 4 in Phoenix. Fun weekend to start the year. Lose a couple heartbreakers to Louisville and Kansas State before beating up on a top 20 Florida State team. Go to Auburn, win the first one in dramatic fashion, then get outscored 27-7. And then you're like, okay, well, we'll see where this team is at. Good opening weekend. They fought, they're battling, but okay, maybe Auburn's pretty good. We'll see. And then that team got hot. They win their midweeks against Omaha and South Dakota State in their return home, win in dramatic fashion against Michigan State the first 2 nights, and then on getaway day, give Michigan State an early getaway day. Again, dominate North Dakota State in the midweek. Kind of squeak by Maine in the weekend series, win 2 games against a solid Wichita State program. 2 Fridays ago now, lose the heartbreaker on the road at Michigan, battling against one of the Big Ten's best pitchers in Kurt Barr, who gives all sorts of people fits. But for Ty Horn to keep Nebraska in that game, that's clearly learned some lessons. Nebraska puts up 10 in a run rule win on Saturday, beat Michigan 9-5. He doubled that down with a win over Kansas State on the road in the midweek. Then you come back home and you put up then 30 runs in 3 games against Indiana, who might not be having the season they want to this point, but has been a pretty darn solid Big Ten baseball program. I think after that Auburn series, DP, Nebraska baseball's answered every question that's been asked of it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think they answered some things that we didn't know that were questions. They answered some things about depth, right? The different styles of play. What are you getting from your newcomers? What are they going to do? First of all, at this level, wearing those colors, but then in Big Ten play, what are you getting from your freshmen and your transfers? And if you answer that and go, yes, they met expectation, the reason why you signed them, had them commit, but then are you excelling in that space and it is high repetition? Can you repeat that through the course of a season? You're 30 games in. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can start to look, we have resume now, we have confirmation. This is a really good Nebraska baseball team. And the Big Ten knows it.
Yeah.
They're going to adjust. Rotations will start to look different. Style of play, importance of game, priority of winning games against Nebraska certainly starts to play into it. Other teams are now circling Nebraska on the schedule for a meaningful series to close the season. So now you're not sneaking up on anybody. You're not playing fair to middling and then getting hot for the Big Ten tournament. No. You are out front leading the pack, and you're telling everybody you're going to have to follow me, and then you're going to have to come see me. That's a different philosophy than what we've had in the previous 3 years.
And for Nebraska baseball, next weekend series will be here in town against Penn State. You'll have Kansas in the midweek, and then big series on the road at Oregon. Nebraska's ahead of them by percentage points in the Big Ten standings. USC right after that. Again, Nebraska just ahead of USC in terms of the standings by percentage points. Then Illinois, Ohio State, Iowa, and Minnesota to finish out the year. I think we're entering that stretch again for DP because a couple games against Creighton here, a game against Kansas with the Penn State series, kind of a pesky program in two of the West Coast powers. Going to learn a lot about this Nebraska team. They can, take their tough series in the middle of the year, no matter how they go, either carry momentum from positive series toward the end of the year with some teams that are toward the bottom of the Big Ten standings, or, if Nebraska is not able to do more than, let's say, split those 6 games against Oregon and USC, really good chance to get the mojo back entering the Big Ten tournament there over the last month of the season.
This one's interesting for both softball and baseball. As coaches, you tend to want to keep things at their level, at the appropriate level, whatever you deem that is. You don't want to make anything more important than it is. So if you're just playing baseball and you're playing softball, whatever way you do that, you have to trust it enough to just do it against Creighton.
Just do it.
Don't make it Creighton. Don't make it in-state rival. Don't get cute and go, it's not the Big Ten Conference. It might be an opportunity to see if we have another long reliever. Like, do we have a spot starter that we can go to? Like, to resist, maybe tinker with the lineup, maybe somebody who's earned a starting job. Maybe I've got somebody on the bench that I want to get a couple of good at-bats along the way. Don't keep doing what you've been doing. That's a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
As Jay likes to say, how you handle success matters.
Well, like you say, the coaches that say, watch this.
Oh, then watch them dudes. Watch this dudes, man. This is how shins get kicked. This is how shins get kicked. If I'm Ronda Raval, I'm walking around and says, I don't want to hear anybody say, you know what we ought to do here? You know what? I'm going to give you an answer. We're going to do exactly what we've been doing. Play with the players that we want to play. The result will dictate the other work, right? The results from the starters, your core group of people, do what you've done. Let that happen. And softball, you've been 8 running people. So, okay, that happens. You can do whatever other thing you want to do. Baseball, you've been finding a way to put up runs consistently, even late in games, to figure out, hey, are we doing that because we're having good at-bats early and then it makes it easier later? Or is it we need to get into people's bullpen and have some of these secondary arms and attack them? Stick to your starters, stick to your rotation, stick to your philosophy. If you run the bases hard, if you're stealing bases and advancing runners against Michigan, guess what? Do it against Creighton. All those things. Don't change for the blue. Don't do it.
At Schweizo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Schweizo is hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work in a team that has your back on and off the job site. Apply today at schweizo.com, schwisow.com, 40-plus years strong in business. It's been since 2008 since Nebraska baseball has hosted a regional. It's been since 2013 since Nebraska softball has hosted a regional. Of course, 2013 turned into a pretty magical year as Nebraska sweeps through the regional here in Lincoln, wins in 3 games out in Eugene, and then goes down to Oklahoma City for the Women's College World Series. Huskers just a game away from doing that last year on the softball side of things. And of course, both these teams have been in the postseason recently. Going to be fun to see if they can take that next step and bring regional baseball back here to the 402. He's DP. I'm Austin. We'll have more Old School after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Dana Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Dana Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Rick Heyman here from Sauter Heyman Jewelers. I want to personally thank our great customers for voting us once again the best of Lincoln. At the same time, we're celebrating our 120th year in business in the great state of Nebraska. You can count on Sauter Heyman for the very best quality, value, and customer service. When it comes to your jewelry needs, visit us at South Point, Grand Island, and the Outlet in downtown Lincoln. Visit us today at SauterHeyman.com, and thank you for your continued trust after all these years.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myInspartners.com.
Time for a new AC? Call Bryant. Get rebates now and lower operating costs every day. For comfort and efficiency, call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Ormond and GP are with you here for the next half an hour or so. Send to our starter Heyman Jewelers text line, 402-464-5685. My dad chimes in, says, good pitching like good hitting is contagious. Having Friday and Saturday starters that can and have shut down opposing bats spreads to the rest of the staff, including relievers and weekday starters. Winning weekday games separates this baseball team from some of the recent history. The staff isn't only top-heavy like some of the recent staffs. There is depth. It helps DP when you have a guy that's, 6'7", like Carson Yasa, running up there in the mid-90s and kind of feels like Happy learned how to putt, if you will. He's throwing more strikes. He's been dominant his last few outings. They've moved Gavin Blackwoods and Cooper Katsky around. Both guys have been pretty solid in the early going. And I think Ty Horn, the Friday ace for Husker baseball, kind of in that Brett Sears mold, where his stuff is good enough, maybe not elite in the eyes of MLB scouts, but he's a bulldog. He's going to battle, give you everything he has every time out there. And then that's cascaded down into, quality starts, which saves the bullpen, which makes everyone fresher and a little bit more consistent the longer the year goes on.
Well, I mean, I think when I watch this staff, throwing strikes is the thing that jumps out at me. I pay a little bit more attention to strike percentage. Mm-hmm. You can get caught up in the analytics. You go too deep and it tells you whatever you want to tell you. You can look deep enough to do that. But to be able to get out of innings is to not put extra people on base and not to waste pitches. If you've got 80 really good pitches in your tank, you don't want to burn them unnecessarily. Those 80 pitches over the course of a week, or the 80 pitches over the course of a game, or 80 pitches over the course of 6 innings, 7 innings, or 8 innings. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that 80 pitch space is in 5 innings. And to know that, and then to have another person who can come in and throw strikes. Don't put extra bodies on base. Mm-hmm. Don't burn extra. Listen,
not extra bodies on base, not extra pitches on your arm. I mean, those extra 20 pitches a week, if you can get out with 80 instead of 100, that adds up.
Well, but it adds up. The wear and tear on catchers, the wear and tear on managers, like skippers, the wear and tear on the defenders of having to stand out, go through the mental process. Mm-hmm. You cannot be fresh for 110 pitches as a center fielder or as a shortstop. That's asking a lot. Right, that's asking a lot. You're going to take a pitch off. You're going to miss one. You have to be careful. And having pitchers who throw strikes and keep the ball active is a win, and that's the thing that this Nebraska staff is doing.
We'll just stick on our starter Heyman Jewelers text line here. But before we do that, I do want to throw this out, DP. You said at the end of the last segment, and it's great advice. I know you've said Mark Manning has said it. I'm sure it's on a lot of coaches' minds. Don't make a thing bigger than it is, right? Lowest common denominator. Do what you've always done. I think, though, that there's a flip side to that same coin where you don't want to minimize something either. And I thought Fred Hoiberg did a really great job with the Nebraska men's basketball team this year of not playing up the chance to get the first tournament win and all the history, but also not downplaying it. I thought Fred Hoiberg did a really good job of walking that tightrope of, hey, you guys have the chance to do something really cool. Keeping as a kind of big picture goal, one of the motivating factor, something on the whiteboard, knowing that for the first 32 games they played, they couldn't accomplish that goal, just helped them get in position to do it. But that's where I think there could be some parallels, and I want to see how softball and baseball handle the chance to host for the first time since either 2013 for softball or 2008 for baseball, because you don't want to get too ahead of your skis. You want to just keep playing good ball because that's what's going to get you there. But I don't think there's anything wrong in having that be a topic of conversation, not leaving it unsaid, but actually acknowledging that, hey, this is on the table. This is why we work hard, because it's the next step there in the journey. You can keep playing same baseball and softball you've always played and keep the main thing, But I want to see how baseball and softball handle the chance to make some history if they can handle it as well as the Nebraska men's basketball team did.
I would say I understand that, but I also lean in this space that everything is everything when it's anything. That I'm not going to make a thing bigger or speak to it as bigger if I haven't prepared for it to be bigger. And if I prepared for it to be bigger, it's not bigger. It just is.
It is.
It just is. If I'm going to make Michigan at home a bigger deal, if I'm going to make the first round tournament game a bigger deal, I've then devalued all the work I put in before that. And it's hard to stay focused in that. It's hard to say, okay, now turn it on. You mean that means I let you not turn it on.
Yeah.
That means I let you play below your level. And everybody will say, well, it's hard to be on 100%.
Isn't that the job?
But that's the mission. It's not necessarily the ideal expectation, but it is a part of the mission. Like we started this show by talking about hosting regionals because it's big. But I say we start considering hosting regions because of the work you're doing now.
Oh, yeah.
The process leads to that kind of success. The end goal is the accumulation of all the things along the way. The way is the thing. How you do it is way more important than the result when you get there. You will fall into whatever the final thing to the story is. But the story's the thing. The story's the story. Listen.
It's how you get there.
The friction that you go through, acknowledging that, you know what? Not everybody's equal in the Big Ten. Not every pitcher is equal. Not every pitcher on the staff is equal. There's a Saturday guy and a Friday guy and a middle of the week guy, and there's a closer, and there's a long guy, another long guy, there's a short guy, there's a left-handed bat off the bench, a right-handed bat off the bench. They're all important. They all are required. I can't say, well, they're going into the bullpen and getting that big left-hander up. I don't care. I can't care. I should have had a plan. Am I going to change my left-hander's approach? No.
You shouldn't.
I'm good. Am I going to change my right-hander's approach to the big left-hander? No. No. All of them work from literally the next pitch. Every pitcher works for the next pitch. Every hitter, next strike, next ball, next ground ball, next fly ball, next replay, next sign, next relay, whatever it is, do that the way that you're supposed to do it. And then the other stuff just falls in line. It really does. Like, I get what Fred said.
Well,
I
trust the process.
Like, I get what he meant. But I also know we would hate to have a coach speak at us and say, it's just another game. Oh, we understand it's just another game.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
I need for you to tell me it's just another game while smirking at me, because I know we're going to do what we do. We're just going to do better at what we do against this team, because that's the mission, period. Remove Michigan from it. Remove Ohio State. It's Rutgers baseball, Maryland baseball, whatever it is. Remove that.
Nameless, faceless.
Remove that. It's Huskers against Huskers playing their best and the effort to play their best.
402-464-5685. Want to get some more of your thoughts here throughout the rest of the show. Thomas in Lincoln says, as a person who cheers for an evil empire in the Longhorns, I know all about evil. Thomas, I still don't know how you became a Texas fan, so do let us know there. 4979.
There's no reason.
Says, nobody likes Duke. It's all good, though. And Angry Rams fan, Austin, if you thought about moving your fandom for Duke to the very back seat or putting it away now that Nebraska is a basketball school?
Ooh, saucy.
Appreciate the question.
Saucy.
And the answer is no, I haven't considered it because Duke basketball isn't the job. I don't show up and cover Duke basketball. And I've said this throughout the course of the year. I think having another program to actually root for, cheer for, pay attention to. Here's the thing. I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm a Husker first. My Duke fandom gets brought up all the time. But before I ever knew about Duke basketball, I was a Husker fan, right? I was born in the Big 12, on Channel 8. brought to you by Motel 6 and Super 8 and Phillips 66 and Conoco and all that stuff, right? Like, that's where I come from. That's my roots. That's my stock. But I'm also there at the games, and I can't just fanboy about it, right? Like, Jake Sorensen can do that, right?
Yeah.
He's not at the games, right?
Jake Sorensen will challenge you. I've never seen a grown man in the fetal position watching basketball before. Like, I in an arena.
Yeah.
At home, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Sorensen curled across 2 chairs or leaning in the aisle, just mortified. It is a thing to watch
for 40 minutes.
Oh, bro!
No matter if it's who it's against.
Oh no, it's 20 minutes before when they're warming up. He's tracking shooting accuracy in the warm-ups.
And so
that's not going down. Oh no, oh no, he's not making his pregame threes. This could be a problem.
It's over for us. And that's just the thing, right? Like, I mean, in my heart of hearts, I'm pulling for Nebraska. They're my childhood team. I can't not do it, right? Cheering for Nebraska, wanting Nebraska to succeed, to be there, with the program is a lot of why I got into this. It's a part of me. It always has been. It always will be. But I think that there's healthy perspective from having, another team that I can root for, let loose a little bit, actually show some outward frustration by and, see the highs and the lows from a different program. And certainly, Duke has experienced plenty of highs and plenty of lows. And so, no, I'm not going to put it away. I think it's been good for me. I think it's been healthy, and I'm more than happy to take all the arrows, the barbs, the stings, the jabs that come with it. But I would like to think that, watching another team being invested in it, I would like to think that's helped how I've talked about Nebraska basketball.
Well, I mean, I think style of play matters, right? Standard, the brand, it matters. And you're okay to be able to look at somebody else and go, if I could play basketball in the perfect way, in the perfect style, that's what that looks like. It looks like Duke college basketball. And that's let me tell you, that's not rare to Austin Orman. That is a thing across the country that there are a bunch of kids who look at Duke basketball players and say, yeah, I understand what that is. These are smart kids, right? Athletic kids. They have this thing. Now, they don't have the same vision of Duke when it comes to football or baseball, I can tell you. But because of basketball and the exposure, the brand that is, I understand rooting for something because it helps you identify who you are. That's what that is. Being a Husker fan, being a Husker, and then being a Husker fan are 2 totally different conversations. Being a Blue Devil and a Blue Devil fan are 2 entirely different conversations. Mm-hmm. If you are,
and you can insert Tar Heel, you can insert Jayhawk, you can insert Wildcat, Wolverine,
dirty Tar
whatever.
Heel, dirty Tar Heel.
I knew you were gonna say it, so I didn't have to. But
if you're gonna listen, you have tar in your heels, stupid. Get over it. Yeah, no, I have mad respect for people who love what they love because it is a statement of who they are. And quite frankly, if you're choosing to root for the evil empire and the villain, that's a statement of you too, whether you like it or not. Hey, there's a part of you that has to accept that there's some venom that comes along with there. People who are telling you, Austin, do better. But we understand what it means, good and bad.
Oh, indeed. And that's the thing. When I take stock of my sports fandoms, DP, I mean, again, dyed in the wool Nebraskan. Nebraska's always there, right? So childhood team, geographical team, all that stuff plays into account.
Yep.
Well, then I do root for an evil empire in Duke, right?
Yep.
I root for probably the most middling franchise in sports, in the Indianapolis Colts.
Yeah, they're
so forgettable, so replacement level.
They're in Webster's as fair to middling.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, drama off the charts just to still end up with the same 8-9 record every year. And then I also found it in me to root for a lovable loser, the Kansas City Royals. Like, no, I didn't go through the whole 30-year drought of World Series, but I grew up on 100 lost Royals teams. It was a miracle when the loss column started with a 9 instead of a 1. So I think
that 63rd win meant something.
It really did. It really did. And, Duke is the one program I think that I root for that I can consistently have high-level expectations for. Like, the Colts have just been so mediocre for so long. Like, just make the playoffs. Just keep my attention.
You
give me some fun. And then for the Royals, it's, hey, you didn't disappoint me today. Hey, good job. Way to go, Junior. You did it. Except now they're actually getting
can't
good.
Root for all villains, because then that means you're a villain.
You're
a
try not
villain.
to be,
You can't root for all bad teams, because that means that's you. You like hurting yourself. Stop doing that. Love yourself enough to pick a team that represents who you are. And if they're not good, okay, we need to get better. We need to get better instead of, I don't know what y'all doing.
Big Bang Kang, shout out Empire Repair. Yes, our good friends over at Empire. Appreciate them as always. And Big Bang Kang for chiming in. He says, my whole family's from KC. They're all Rock Jock Jayhawk, but I'm from Lincoln. And when Nebraska plays Kansas, down with the Jayhawks, go Big Red. But I'm rooting for Kansas if not.
Yep. All of that in play. Again, I grew up a Maryland fan. I grew up a Maryland fan. And if you're in a big space, if you're from the DMV, George Mason, Virginia, Virginia Tech, Maryland, Georgetown, like you've got some things to deal with.
Some choices to make.
Right. So it's never just Creighton, Nebraska. It's a whole accumulation of folks. And then you kind of find it. Georgetown football wasn't really it. Okay, here come John Thompson and the Hoyas. You have my attention, sir. I think I need to pay attention to you. So I get that you choose what identifies with you as you, and that's how you do that, and you're okay either way.
And I'm really just praying for all those teams to be good when my boys turn 12, because they'll stick with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah, so that's fair.
That's where I'm at with it. Noah from Lincoln, you have a good question on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. We'll answer that as best we can to wrap up the show.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Graham Tire presents Life's Greatest Adventures.
Okay, buddy, here we go. Just keep your eye on the ball. All right, just swing right through it. Yeah, good job. Way to go. Hey, run it out. Okay.
Great road trips start with great service. Graham Tire, your tire store next door, with 5 convenient Lincoln locations, getting you to the places that matter most.
In communities like ours, local relationships still matter. At Insight Partners, we believe we are better together. That's why insurance agencies across the Midwest have joined Insight Partners to better serve local customers and communities with all their insurance needs. From personal to commercial or specialty insurance, your local Insight Partners team is here to help protect what matters most. Insight Partners, better together. Learn more at myinspartners.com.
MWR, a local company of Lincoln, is proud to announce they are able to offer their own post-frame building packages in metal to anyone desiring a building, whether you're a contractor or a DIYer. They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their contact us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Let's fly. Your next trip starts at Lincoln Airport with American Airlines. Now flying nonstop service to Dallas, Fort Worth, and Chicago. American Airlines connects Lincoln to major hubs and destinations around the globe. Wherever you're headed, LNK gets you there with new nonstop flights on American Airlines. Convenient, fast, and stress-free. Book your next flight at LincolnAirport.com. LNK, make flying easy.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Fans, are you craving the ultimate game day experience? Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill has your front row seat to all the action. Dive into delicious wings, juicy burgers, and ice-cold drinks, all served up with TVs covering every inch of the wall, so you'll never miss a play. Rally your crew, cheer on your team, and take advantage of game night specials every week. Stop in for a Nebraska basketball game with a party of 4 or more and receive a free pitcher of beer. Red Zone Sports Bar and Grill, right by the Lincoln Airport at 3111 Northwest 12th Street.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Bauer Underground has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know that the best workers in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and a pedigree of success. They're offering top-notch benefits, a matching 401k, and a $600 per year clothing allowance. Bauer Underground, a family-friendly company with plenty of room for advancement. Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in. It is Old School. Austin Orman, DP, with you here for just a couple more minutes before we get you off and rolling on Ticket Weeknights. To our Starter Human Jewelers text line we go. Noah from Lincoln. Think the basketball team's success will spread to other sports. DP, how does that work inside an athletic department?
Yes. What's the Shakespeare? There's this. They talk of the brotherhood and how you hold your chest. That accomplishment allows you to be prideful in what you do. If you're a football player and you're fair to middling, and then Ridge Lovett and Antrell Taylor are working out, you can't in good faith look at the way they work out and not measure what you put into it. You know that your manhood's cheap. You know that your effort is less than. When you see success all around you, but that's part of how you get in the space that you're in. That if you're not offended by not working hard as a national champion, you will shy away from it. That's the statement. You're never going to be a national champion. National champions work at a level that is hard to match. It's hard to be around, quite frankly. And if you're a national champion, it's hard to be around basic people. So then they start to avoid each other. The magnet pushes against. and you go, listen, I can't be around do less people. You and I were just having a discussion off air. The do less people get in the way of do everything people, because the way you do anything is the way you do everything. And when you watch Jordy Ball, you see how hard she worked to rehab and recover, to find her place in softball. When you watch Sam Hoiberg and him change his body and then still put in the work and still have the amount of love and joy. Well, if you're not a hard worker, you can't be around Sam. You can't be around it. So good people will take this as a challenge and will work harder. Not so good people will find an excuse to not do it. We will see the results. We will see the results. As a matter of fact, we already have.
About 5 months away from opening day.
Oh, boy.
Some of that work's already been put in.
Oh, boy.
Some of it has yet to be done. I think that's a good spot to leave things here on this Tuesday. DP, appreciate you sitting in as always.
Oh, good to be here.
It's DP, I'm Austin. This has been Old School, brought to you by Graham Tire Company. They're celebrating 75 years of serving the Midwest. More than just tires, they do all kinds of car and light truck repairs, too. From brakes to oil changes, trust Graham Tire. For service you can count on, it's Graham Tire, getting you to the places that matter most. Big thanks to Brian Munson for stopping by in the first hour. Rocky Russo, Alex Fern with the Lincoln Stars in the second hour. DP here in the third. In case you missed anything, want to listen back, we'll be up for your podcast version here momentarily. Wherever it is you get your podcasts, you can find it there. Listen back on YouTube or any of these social channels as well. Jay Foreman back tomorrow. Plenty more to get to in a busy week. Just because spring football is over doesn't mean the sports are over. So we'll talk plenty about what's going on across the world of sports tomorrow, 3 to 6, as always, here on Old School. Talk to you soon.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week and attractive benefits